What's up, everybody? I just wanted to give you guys a little presentation. It's me and Mr. Mark going over the stuff to some of my military buddies out there at Shaw Air Force Base. So I just wanted to go ahead and give it to you guys as well. Um, he's texting me right now. Anyways, we're doing this presentation on a Monday, April the 7th. So that's cool. And we're just giving you guys some tips that most people don't talk about as realtors. So I thought that this would be really helpful. And you don't need an introduction to me. I'll give an introduction to them, mainly because a lot of them don't know me, except for like one person. So, buy or rent, how do you know? This right here is a very important slide because a lot of guys in the military are here for 2 years, sometimes 2 years or more, and they may not know how the benefits of buying. Okay, so if you know the benefits of buying versus renting, yes, sometimes buying may be annoying. Maybe sometimes like you don't want that much responsibility, but you get equity. You get a investment that's your own. You get to put your money where it's not being basically like thrown in the trash, right? And now it's okay to rent though, if it fits your lifestyle, because you might see that renting is more comfortable for you. You might get more amenities. You might find that, the retreat apartments in Sumter are really stinking nice, which they are. It's got high rent, but it's really stinking nice. But if you don't want to live right next to somebody and you want a house of your own and you want the ability to make it your own investment, then you should think about buying instead. Location, location, location. Why does it matter? So this is when you're buying. Why does it matter? Also renting too. Do you know? I have a question. So would you rather have a mansion right next to a spot where a lot of shootings happen, or would you rather have a tiny house located on beachfront property? I think I'd rather have the tiny house on beachfront property. Why is that? Because location matters in real estate. Why does it matter in real estate? The houses that are around you that have sold most recently dictate the appraisal price of your property. Unless it is like a new construction house, it is a house where you're going to value it at cost to build. Okay, so very important the location of where you are buying. Okay. Um, Next, don't buy too much house. I want Mr. Mark to speak into this as well because this is very important with the debt to income ratio. He can explain a couple of things on that. But what I'm basically going to say is that a lender's going to give you this much you can get approved for, but there might be this much you would actually be able to comfortably spend on a mortgage. Okay, so be smart with that. You don't want to get upside down on a house payment and then end up having to do a short sale, or then end up buying really nice house and then having to move within a year, and then you buy the really nice house for too much because you got in a bidding war, and then you end up not being able to sell it for as much because the economy's not doing so good the following year. That's what some people are falling into right now, because they bought too much house during COVID, or not during, maybe like right after COVID or like last year. They're trying to sell it within a year and they can't do it. And they're upside down on their house. They got to rent it out now. So, which it's hard to rent it out too. So, what are the benefits of a value add property? Woo-hoo. This is stuff that I do. This is stuff that's really good to do, and I love doing. I've done it twice already. I'm about to buy a third house, and I'll do similar things to it as well. So I have two houses right now. One's on Kenyon Ave, one's on Adams Ave. First house I bought was Adams Ave. I bought it when the flooring was ugly as crap. It was ugly paint. There was a lot that needed to be done to it, and I fixed it up. And now, I bought it for 130. Now it's worth 180. Okay, it could sell for 180, 175 right now because of the things that I've done with it, and because I bought it at the low. All right, Kenyon Avenue. I'll tell you this. I bought this one for 100,000. What did I have to do to that one? I had to put on a new roof. I had to fix the flooring. I had to do the what's it called? I had to paint it. And now I have a $600 payment, and I'm renting out for 1,200. And if I wanted to sell it, I'd sell for 140 or 135. Okay, so big time value adds give big time benefits. When I move out to my new house on Tucson, I'm gonna rent out my Adams Avenue house for about 1350 a month, and then I have a $650 payment. So I'm making the entire payment for my Tucson one from the profits that I'm making on my other two houses. So I'm living rent free, is what I'd like to tell you. And then I plan on doing the same thing when I go to the next location. So it's going to be really cool. I'm looking forward to this. So yeah, benefits of value add property, you get equity, man. You get equity. If you wanted to, you could refinance a little while later and then get your money back out of it as well. So, we talked to Mr. Mark about that as well. Next, benefits of new construction homes. Okay, so there's a lot of new construction homes that are really cool. Um, I just walked through this one last week. That's why I put this picture up there. This is a really nice little house, 3 bed, 2 bath, or 2.5 bath. It's got a master on the downstairs. It's got a half bath right in the front door. You take the left, and it's right there. Kitchen downstairs, and upstairs is 2 bed, 1 bath, and a little seating area. Um, so you don't have to fix anything whenever you get a new house. It's freaking awesome. I love that. It's awesome. You just go right into it. Not only that, but you get benefits from the lender. Most of the time, sorry, Mark, but there are there are lenders. There's actually one with Resource Financial up there that can give you money off the price, okay? And then they will give you a 5.5% interest rate on this house. So maybe Warren can do it for you too. So yeah, you can make money on this. This is something that me and Trevor talked about for a long time. Whenever we first, discussed this. So by the way, we talked on, probably 2 months ago, and he was like, "T, this stuff is really good. We really need to do a presentation on this. Like, could you do a presentation if I needed you to?" And I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Yeah, just make a PowerPoint and all this kind of stuff. Go ahead and do that, and then be ready just in case I ask you to come up here and do a presentation." So of course, you know what I did. Trevor called me. I think it was last Friday, um, and yeah. So then that means I decided to go ahead and make my PowerPoint presentation yesterday. So I made it Sunday. Good stuff. Very, very prepared over here. But yeah, so this is what we talked about the most. We could talk for hours on this. This is usually what I do for, all of my presentations to my buyers before we go and see houses. Um, I tell them the normal home buying timeline. It's 6 months. Review finances, get pre-approval with Mr. Mark, and he'll take care of you. He'll tell you what you need to do in order to like make your credit better. He'll tell you what you need to do if your credit's not good enough and you need to jump up some points to get a better rate whenever you actually apply in a few months from then. So that's step one. You need to know your finances and talk to Mr. Mark. Step two, you need to 3 months ahead of time pick a buyer's agent and begin your home search. So with that good buyer's agent, they should tell you and give you signs of where and what you should be looking at to buy. Now, you're not technically allowed to say what is the hood and what is not, but have you ever? Okay, so there's this TikTok, and there's this lady who I follow a lot of people on TikTok who are realtors to get ideas. So I like posting my little videos too that are stupid. But she says she's pretending to be in like a home buying process and like she's parked in front of a house. And then the lady asks her how the neighborhood is. And then what she says is quite similar to what I'm explaining to you. She says, well, we're not technically allowed to tell you whether it's a good neighborhood or not. What you most of the time have to do is look on websites to find out, look at the school districts, see whether it's a good school district for you. And then what she says is, well, but if it is a bad house, there will be signs. And then she takes her Glock out and then she clocks it. So that's a sign. It's what, I didn't say anything, okay? Didn't say anything. But it may be the hood. So, anyways, yeah, so pick a good buyer's agent that knows the local area. I've been in Sumter for all my life. I'm 29, so I'm here and doing stuff all the time. But I also work the Columbia area, Fort Jackson area, as well as Manning. So I kind of hover around an hour vicinity of where we are located right now, because it's so easy to sell a house. I can go and do it and market it and crush it no matter where. I could go sell a house on the beach too. But buying process is a little different, so I help within an hour in the buying. Selling, I sell all over the state, so anywhere I can sell a house, because it's just marketing, and it's great. And I know a lot of these areas. I can do research on the sales of a house, no big deal. But anyways, yeah. So then at 2 months, you resubmit pre-approval with Mr. Mark. You make an offer and you negotiate. And yeah, you start making offers and negotiating. It's not like you make offer, negotiate one time, and then boom, here we are. That would be a great scenario if they could do that. But I highly doubt that you'll get it on the first try. It'd be nice too, though. Really nice. Most of the time, it takes a couple of tries for us. So, because of the ways I advise, most of the time we put in an offer and then it's looked at, laughed at, run, and then you got to do that a couple times until you find your perfect house. Wonderful. Um, 1 month in, you get a home inspection and you order appraisal. What does that mean? That means you're basically under contract. You're basically under contract right then and there. You go ahead and get the home inspection, find out what the heck is wrong with the house, and then after you pass the due diligence period, which is the time period where you get the home inspection, you will then do the appraisal. Now, the due diligence period, there's this thing called a termination fee that you can pay this fee and then you can back out for any reason during the due diligence fee or during the due diligence period. This is a really cool thing because it helps out a lot of buyers right now, and you could back out for any reason during the due diligence period. It could be that your mama had cancer or something, or your dog decided that he didn't like the property after you showed it to him. But yeah, you can decide for any reason to back out during this due diligence period process. Uh, yeah, then you order the appraisal. But hold on. During the due diligence period, it's another time period where you can ask for repairs. The smartest strategy is to send a repair list that you would be comfortable with. They're going to find so many things wrong with your property. They're going to find a million things. Sorry about that, I got allergies. A million things that are wrong with it. Okay, just expect that and know that you're gonna have some problems with the due diligence with the home inspection, because they'll find everything under the sun that's wrong with the property. So don't be scared. If you're getting an old house, if you're getting a value add house, expect that you're going to have a lot of repairs. Expect it. I had to expect that for me. Okay, and I ignored a lot of things, and it's fine because this is going to be a rental property anyways for me. Then you order the appraisal. It has to appraise. This is the location crud that we were talking about earlier. You need to have a good location that, say, buying the smallest house in the best neighborhood, because then you'll have no problems appraising for whatever value you need. Next, 1 to 2 weeks, loan approval, final walkthrough, and then make sure everything's cleared out of there. And then lastly, you have the closing. You close and you pay whatever you want to pay, whatever Mr. Mark tells you got to pay. Common contingencies that you have, we kind of just discussed this a little bit. Mortgage contingency, appraisal contingency, financing, da 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 da. I already explained those things, so this slide is kind of irrelevant. Kick-out clause, that is the termination stuff that I was talking about. Good stuff, right? Next is the HERO program. This is something that not a lot of people say because they're afraid, because if they're not participating in the HERO program, then they're like, oh gosh, well, this is not good. Not good at all. And my fiance's calling me. Wonderful. I got to answer her in a moment. Maybe I can pause this. Let's see if I can pause it. Pause. We're back. I just called my fiance. That was wonderful. We're going to eat lunch at McAllister's. Good stuff. Anyways, Homes for Hero program, very good stuff. Some people are afraid to tell you because they're not in the Homes for Heroes program. So you need to find an agent who is, who can give you money back when you buy the house. Mr. Mark will tell you more about this. You can also get down payment assistance with his Home for Heroes program as well. Also, this slide, benefits of VA loan. This is wrong with the 6%. It's 4%. Everything else is right. Very good stuff with the VA benefits. Home 100% financing. Resource Financial doesn't charge any fees. Woo! Good stuff. Next, do you have any questions? You probably don't because you're a computer and you're watching on a computer. You can DM me comments, questions, concerns. Text me. My phone number is online. And happy buying, people. Hope you enjoyed this. Thank you. Have a nice day.